Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Advanced Bass Fishing, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check today's video out. And guys, today I want to talk about fishing a lizard during the summertime of the year. Lizards don't have a lot of notoriety for summertime fishing. People sort of equate them for like a springtime lure, and then they quit fishing them, and that's a big mistake because guys, they bite a lizard all year long, really except for like winter time. And I want to give you guys some good tips on how you can catch fish on lizards in the summertime of the year here. Also, guys, before we get started, a couple quick things. Just want to invite everybody, if you guys like the content here on Advanced Bass Fishing and you want to help support the channel and give something back, the best thing you can do, guys, is just to go into my description of every video and use and bookmark that Tackle Warehouse link of mine. You can order anything on their website off of that link. Channel gets a small percent of any like a commission. Anything you buy, they get a small percentage of the profit there. We do here. That's a good way to help out, as well as hitting that subscribe button to the channel. So really appreciate that. Okay, guys, the old lizard, man, it's been around forever. It's just it's basically been unchanged for 50 years. It's like a worm with a curl tail and a couple legs on it. Just standby lizard, man. It's one of the oldest bass fishing lures out there. And it still is just productive today. But one of the things, I think that one of the reasons you don't hear as much about lizards anymore is there's so many other type of soft plastics. It's like if you go into a dang tackle store, or even if you go on Tackle Warehouse and look at their soft plastics, there are hundreds and hundreds of different styles and models of soft plastic. So lizards sort of like gotten watered down, in the big sea of, the new advancements in soft plastic technology. But there's something about a lizard the bass love. And it's not because lizards eat bass eggs, because that's one of the big things I heard growing up all the time. It's like, oh, you want to use a lizard, in the springtime of the year because the bass don't like them because it eats their eggs. Well, number one, guys, I've never seen a lizard in a lake ever. I mean, I've been fishing, since the 1960s. I've never one time seen a lizard. And if they bite a lizard, in the springtime, and if there is lizards in the lake, why wouldn't they bite them all year long? I just think it's something that bass just think it's something alive. It's the same with the plastic worm. But there's so many different styles of worms that I don't think they overanalyze it. It's something that looks natural and it's moving and they just suck it in. So that's one of sort of the misnomers with that. Okay, now a little bit I want to talk about how I like to fish a lizard in the summertime of the year. There's a couple different ways. Now the first way is a green pumpkin lizard is one of the best Carolina rig baits you can throw, even in the summertime of the year. Carolina rigs are great lures to fish for summertime bass, anywhere between June, July, and August. Really, really good areas. All you got to do, guys, if you've never caught them Carolina rigging with a lizard, get out on some main lake or secondary points and just put an egg sinker 3 foot above your line and cast it out there and just drag it back in 10 to 20 foot of water. You'll catch some fish doing that. It's a really good way to catch them in the summer. But my favorite way to fish a lizard in the summertime of the year is simply pitching it and flipping it around shallow cover. And there's a couple different ones that I like here. There's basically two colors that I use. The first one I use is a solid black one. And these are Zoom lizards, guys. And I do like the 8-inch model. I'll put this link in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description for the 8-inch lizard. Zoom makes several different sizes, but I like the 8-inch more than anything. And what I'll do here is let me show you how I rig it up. Usually I got a 3/0 Gamakatsu G-Finesse heavy cover worm hook, straight shank. Come straight through the lizard like that. And then just out the back side of it, just like that. I'll leave the hook exposed if it's not real snaggy. If it is snaggy, I'll just bury it back in there where it's exposed. And then most of the time, I like it on about a 1/4 ounce or a 5/16 slip sinker with that. This is an outstanding summertime lure if you have the right conditions. So the black lizard is a dirty water color. It's like, sometimes I'll use a dark color like on rainy or overcast days, but I don't catch as much on it. I like the black lizard if you're like in a lake or a part of your lake where you have less than, say, 1.5 feet of visibility. A black lizard and a black and blue jig are two of the best lures you can have for dirty water summertime fishing. Fish it around any shallow cover. Probably my favorite, guys, if you have any type of shallow aquatic vegetation. It could be lily pads, dollar pads, cattails, reeds, any type of shallow grass, flipping and pitching that lizard in dirty water grass, great way to catch them. Now the other one I use, guys, green pumpkin. You never go wrong with a green pumpkin. Usually I'll dye the tail, a little bit of chartreuse on there because bass seem to like a chartreuse tail in the summertime, because they feed on bluegills a lot. But the green pumpkin lizard, this is going to be my color right here for fishing around wood and boat docks. And that's the other two type of areas I like for the summertime of the year. Fishing an 8-inch lizard, just pitching it around boat dock pilings, if you got pilings on your docks, or just around walkways and shady areas on a floating dock. Really, really good way to catch them. Or just around shallow wood cover. Lay down trees in the water, lay down logs, stumps, anything like that. Really, really good bait for fishing like that. And most of the time I'm using it on pretty heavy line, 20-pound test Seagar and Vizex line most of the time with my flipping stick. Now, one of the things I found out about pitching and flipping shallow cover in the summertime of the year is they usually like a little bit larger lure for the most part. Now, towards the end of the summer, like towards August, early September, sometimes they like a smaller profile, like a trick worm. But in June and July, I catch a lot of fish on like a 10-inch worm, a 9-inch worm, or an 8-inch lizard pitching around that shallow cover. And you just have to try it. It's like, if you got some cover like that I talked about there, get you 3 or 4 different type of soft plastic categories, like a straight-tailed worm, a lizard, a creature bait, a curly-tailed worm, and just see what the bass prefer day in and day out. Because even though I do catch a lot of bass on a lizard in the summertime of the year pitching and flipping, sometimes they just like something else, better. It's just one of those quirks about bass that you just have to accept and experiment and figure out with. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to clue you in on that. If you're one of those dudes out there that think a lizard is just a springtime lure, they're not. Really good bait in the summertime. And again, hope you guys can use this to catch some good fish, and check in later.